Well, as you can see, we've got a big hole in my driveway. Two of them actually. One we're going to solve today, but this one we are not. The Zacklift truck is gone, along with the Zacklift itself, obviously. I took the Genesis back up to Zacklift in Cle Elum, Washington. Got it dropped off there. They're going to strip the whole thing down, disassemble it so that they can repaint it, because the next truck that's going on is a completely different color scheme, so they wanted a completely different color. So Zacklift's going to take it apart, one, to check out all the moving parts and pieces and any wear items and stuff like that and see how it held up, and then two, to repaint it. But while we were up there, we also got the new Atlas installed on my truck, and let me tell you, that is a beautiful piece of equipment that I am really excited to get to run. But obviously I'm back home, the truck's not. The next time I'm going to see that truck is out at the Baltimore Tow Show, which means until it gets back from Baltimore, I don't have a wrecker to do any sort of heavy duty towing. So we're going to get this truck set up with the True Hitch so that if I get a call for any tows, heavy tows in between, I can take this one on the True Hitch and get it done. Now, before we go any farther, this is Casey from the future coming back to the past to let you know that yes, before you have seen this video that you're watching right now, you have seen 2 full videos of using and towing with the True Hitch. That's because they happened in the middle of setting up this and getting it all lined out, and a whole bunch of people wanted to see the True Hitch in action. I've been waiting for that, so I figured I'd just go ahead and get those out first, then worry about this one later when I had time and after I finally got it all set up. Which means first we have to fix this trailer that I have still not fixed the leaking airline under it, which is why it's up in the air like that, because I haven't needed the trailer. So I didn't fix the airline. So I got to fix that so that I can set the trailer down so that I can rob the hydraulic lines off the front of the trailer for the True Hitch, because when I got the trailer, I robbed those hydraulic lines off the True Hitch. So I also need to go get a whole nother set of hydraulic lines made up so they can each have their lines on them. Now the True Hitch also needs some new batteries, which I have pulled the old ones out right here. So I think this morning we're going to run to Elite Fleet to pick up the giveaway Jeep, because it's got the Hydro Assist on it and is ready to run tracks. So we'll go there, pick up the Jeep, also get 2 new batteries while we're there, come back, get them installed, get that red truck hooked up to this thing, get it all folded back up, and then we can pull it over and start getting it all loaded with gear and equipment and get this thing 100% ready to go. Then we got to install the tracks on the giveaway Jeep so that when snow comes, we can take it up into the mountains and go have a little fun with it. And yes, the giveaway Jeep does come on the tires and wheels, so you can drive it around just like any other Jeep, but it comes with the tracks and the trailers so you can put them on and go in the snow if you want. Comes with both, you have options. And then in the middle of all this, we got to head back over to Lift Fitness Studio to meet up with Cornelius Edison, who has pledged to do, as I'm tripping over tire chains, between our donation and the others raised in that event, he has pledged to do 600 burpees and push-ups, and today he is going to cross over that finish line. So we're going to head over and meet up with him for that. Needless to say, we've got a lot to do today. And now I'm remembering the whole reason I came out here in the first place is to hope I have some deodorant in the sleeper of this truck, because I don't have any. It's locked. So I don't have any in the house, and I need some, especially if I'm going to the gym. Okay, plans change. We're going to go to town later. So for now, we have got, well, the trailer's airing up, as you can hear, but we cut out the bad splice that was up here in the trailer. And you can see we put in new air line with new brass fittings instead of the plastic ones. So now we have our own new splice in there. It's a bigger splice because obviously we went past this one to get the good line on each side of it. Hopefully that solves the air leak problem. Clearly we have air filling over there and I don't hear it leaking out of here, so we should be good. And yes, there is a road flare burning on the ground over here. Right there. Because I just got a bunch of new road flares for this winter. They say they're 30-minute burn time. And I want to make sure they actually are, because last year I bought some that were 30-minute burn time. They turned out to be like 5, so they were kind of worthless. So I just want to make sure these ones actually do what they say. So we're here at the gym with Cornelius, and I am being made fun of for my gym outfit.
We all start somewhere, I guess.
I said this is the most athletic clothes I wear, and you're lucky I'm not wearing my work boots.
Yeah, I have some weight to the feet.
How much we got left?
All right, we have 100 left, so we're gonna do 50 burpees and 50 push-ups today.
Each?
Yes, together.
That makes 200.
Yeah, we're gonna do like
I thought we were gonna split it up.
a little extra credit on top.
Extra, okay. All right, let's do it. You know how many burpees I've done in my life? 0.
All right, so the easiest way, feet a little bit wider than your hips. We'll go hands to the floor, and we'll jump our feet back, move our feet forward, stand tall. Okay?
Easy.
All right, 20 reps, ready?
Hey, go. Are you counting? Because I'm not.
Slightly counting my head.
Okay.
How those jeans feeling?
Wonderful. Sure you're counting right?
Yep. With our heart rate raising up. Yeah, last one. Perfect. Heart rate up a little bit.
No, I'm cool as a cucumber.
All right, 20 push-ups
When are
now.
we starting?
All right. Ready?
I'm running out.
That's 40.
Okay.
20 burpees. Let our heart rate come down a little bit. So this is your first ever burpees?
This is my first ever time working out in a gym at all.
Ever in your life?
Ever.
Oh, I feel honored. I really do. Such a...
Karina had to show me like what a burpee was last night.
Good feeling.
Yeah.
Get you mentally prepped for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like body weight's a great place to start. A lot more fun to be had here though, so.
Fun.
Fun. All right. How you feeling? 20 more, you ready?
I think burpees are easier than push-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get that full body. Push-ups are isolating, so it's the same type of motion. Burns a little more in the chest.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hey, burpees are way harder after you did 20 push-ups.
Yeah, as they are. Halfway. Five more.
5 more.
5 more. There it is, recover. We're doing it.
He does this for fun. You don't make sense.
Not much else in my life anymore, Casey.
Yeah, this is a choice, all right? We don't have
For the
to.
kids. It's for the kids.
Why? You pledged this. I like volunteered. Like, hey, I'll come help you finish out.
You know,
What a terrible idea.
we raised $6 grand.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it. Next time, up in the ante though.
Yeah.
Definitely up in the ante.
Yes.
My first few days, I was so sore afterwards, but again, for the kids, for the great cause.
Yes, which is why I said I'll come in
I know.
on the last 100
In the jeans though, I'm impressed.
in my gym clothes.
You know, last time I worked out in jeans like 5th grade. 5th grade PE.
Workout clothes, work clothes.
You got the shorts,
You're
man.
wearing red, I'm wearing red. What's the difference?
Breathability is the difference. Those legs gonna get hot here shortly.
There's that.
All right, 20 push-ups, 10 burpees, 10 push-ups, done.
If you need to call 911, my phone is in this pocket.
Yeah. You got on speed dial?
Yeah.
I got you. All right, 20 push-ups. Here we go.
I'll count for you.
Boy.
Now we're being laughed at from over here.
Hey.
Why weren't your heels filming when I was doing good in the beginning?
I've never seen exercise in my life.
Told you.
Hey, we're out here. We got 10 push-ups, 10 burpees, 10 push-ups left.
All right.
Oh,
This is awesome.
this is not awesome. This is the opposite of awesome.
It's his jeans getting hot over here.
I don't think that's the problem.
All right, 10
I think
push-ups
the rest
ready?
of this is the problem.
Timo, inhale as you go down, exhale as you come back up. Ready? Here we go. 10, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Arms a little heavy now, huh?
Yeah.
The burpee?
We got 10 burpees,
Already.
10 burpees left, 10 push-ups. How's the arms feeling?
It's not just the arms. There's like, I'm getting a little tired from here to about here.
All the way down.
Yeah.
All right,
The problem is now you're watching after I'm all wore out. The first set I did good,
he
right?
crushed it, yeah, he's great.
I did great.
All 20 in a row. All right, the last part is always the funnest part. The best part. What's your favorite dessert?
Ice cream?
Ice cream, all right. Every rep is a bite of ice cream. That's the thing about this. It's a mental process. You gotta play the game within the game.
You're gonna make me hate ice cream.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. Or it can be a reward after this. You ready?
Okay.
All right, 10 burpees, here we go. Two more. $90 down, 10 left.
So, here we did. I thought we were gonna split the last 100. No, he said we're each doing the last 100.
Together, community buy-in.
So, technically, what I thought I signed up for, we're done. We killed it. Good job. Great. Good game.
Just that last extra donation on top of.
Okay.
Remember, protein after this, eat a nice steak. We'll fill all those muscles up the right way.
Okay.
All the good stuff. All right, 10. Yeah,
Push-ups?
10 push-ups, you ready?
That's it.
Here we go. Six, 9, 10.
Done.
My man. Thank you for the very sore muscles over the last week. 500 is complete. Check done.
That's a lot of work.
How you feel?
Ready for a nap?
Yeah. Yeah, so I figured like for me, first thing in the morning or last thing at night.
And then
It's like my
and
mental-
today we chose the middle of the day.
We did, yeah.
I ate lunch before I came here too.
Nice.
That was a
You might-
mistake.
You might be tasting that again a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, water, hydration, all the good stuff.
Well,
Hey, I'm
there.
proud of you. First gym experience.
Yeah.
How did it go?
Here's
Are you
a
coming
tip.
back?
On your first gym experience, don't make it one you got to try to keep up with an NFL player. That's probably not the best tactic.
I blame him. I blame him.
Well, awesome job.
Yeah, thank you, man.
A lot of money raised for a
Absolutely.
very good organization to help out the kids. I just threw a little there at the end. He's the one who did all the work, so.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for tuning in, for watching, for sponsoring, donating. Really means a lot to our community here, so thank you guys for everything.
Let's do it again sometime.
Let's do it.
I'll put the link to Every Kid Sports down below. Go check them
that's
out if you want to
awesome.
support a good
Thank you, guys.
cause. And check out Lift Fitness Studio here in Bend if you want to get your ass kicked.
Yay.
So I bought a bolt-in heavy-duty steering kit for the giveaway Jeep. And it does bolt in if you have a lathe. If you have a lathe and a welder and big hammers.
Hyper step, 5/8 and 3/4 inch drill bits.
Yeah, then it bolts right in.
Buy a kit, Casey Liddell says.
Yeah,
It'll
it's
bolt right on. Casey
yeah,
Liddell says.
bolt-in heavy-duty steering kit, no problem. Slap a couple things in there, tighten them down, we're done.
DUN.
Good thing we got machining tools.
it'll bolt in eventually.
Yep.
So my wife and many other people too are like, why do you need a lathe? I use this thing every day.
Yeah, this has been constant use.
I use this thing every day.
All right, I made it back home. We got the True Hitch. I mean, that total, these are the wrong hoses. They need to be 3/4 inch hoses. It's very low flow rate. And when I went and got these, instead of giving me 3/4 inch hoses, they gave me 5 miles of this. So that's kind of a mess. I need to get dedicated hoses for it. But we can load this thing up. Yeah. Scary noises, but it's working. All right, let me think about this because I haven't done it in a while. Okay, I folded the legs. I raised it up till our pin lined up, and now I should retract it down. And I'm gonna stop because I want to make sure I don't have crap in the way. Whew, scary. Now I need to pull those pins and slide it forward. Well, the True Hitch is on and it is going to work right now. Well, it's about 4 days later now. I don't even know where I left off of filming this video, but we are finally finished setting up the True Hitch with gear and getting it pretty well loaded how I want. We got busy. I was planning on getting this thing on the truck and loaded up. Now the Zacklift, the new Zacklift is on the other side of the country. But while I was on my way home to do that, I got a call to use the thing. So I threw it on there, threw what I needed in, went and did that job with the bare minimum of stuff. I got back late at night. The next day, kind of took an inventory of what I needed on some stuff and gear, went to town, bought that stuff. While I was on my way back, got a call to use the thing again. So I, again, threw in what I thought I needed for that job in a big old pile of mess, went and did it, and got back late that night. It's a couple days later now because I'm busy with other stuff, but we finally had the morning to really work on getting this thing loaded out, and it's mostly how I wanted. I'm sure there's gonna be stuff I realized I need that I don't have that I'm gonna have to then add in. One thing I did not have time to do yet was get a much more fitting and appropriate set of hydraulic lines for it, so we got these big old huge, way too long ones that are a mess here, but that's just gonna be fine for now. So let's go through what we got and how we got this thing set up. I found these boxes here. I've never seen them before, but they fit perfectly. I got 2x4s or 6s, whatever, stacked in the bottom here just to bring the level of the bottom up so that these open. Otherwise they're sit like that far down, you can't open the drawers. This one has 3 drawers on it. This one has 2, so we'll just start up here. Here we've got all, these are the quick connects, obviously, for tapping into the different quick coupler air systems on different brands of trucks. See Volvo, Mack, compressor fittings, ProStars, International, PACCAR, all the different stuff. It says what it is and you can grab what you need. Underneath that is a whole bunch of just random fittings, and then I've just thrown in here for now until I get some better divider setups. Just a bunch more random fittings. These are couplers with glad hand ends on them, thread tape. Basically, I should be able to put together reasonably what I need out of that. Up here, we got a small set of metric wrenches, small set of standard wrenches, some caging bolts for brakes, air chucks, and just a few little ties. Simple stuff. That's kind of going to be a small catch-all drawer. Here is the wireless remote for the True Hitch. Fun fact, when I was running my True Hitch, the twin to this one, it had a corded remote that sat in the back box here and had a cord. So you've seen the work it takes to run this thing and how you really need to be around watching everywhere. I was doing that with a corded remote, and then I ran over the corded remote and ripped it all out of there. So I ran that True Hitch for a while with no remote control at all, just by standing here and doing it with the hand levers And like I said, you've seen what it takes to set that thing up. You can imagine how much longer it takes when you're doing this, and you go back and look and you got that much clearance, and you just move it just a little bit and go back and look and come back and move it just a little bit. That was not ideal. The wireless remote, absolutely the way to go. So behind that, we got some spare batteries. We've got the Tiger tool for pulling press-in U-joints, and the big 3/4 impact gun with the socket for running the Tiger tool for doing that. That's it for that box. Here we've got a bigger breaker bar just sitting in front. Down here we've got our 1/2-inch sockets and some of the bigger wrenches, 21 and 22 millimeters. There should be 18 millimeter in there, stuff like that for the new stupid Freightliner flange drive lines that everybody hates. Yeah, that stuff. Here we got smaller sockets and a few smaller wrenches. These are kind of the ones I need to quick grab and use very often. And then screwdrivers and pliers and Allen wrenches and stuff like that. When I had the Zacklift set up, I had that thing loaded with all kinds. For example, oh, this is out of the other tools, like torch cleaning tips. I didn't even have a torch on that truck, but I had spare nuts and bolts. So this isn't even all of it. This is just what I grabbed out for a quick throw out to see if I had stuff to load this with. But I had that truck basically loaded like a service truck to do repair. Like, that was my toolbox for working on stuff around here. It was that truck and all the stuff in it. So I feel very naked just having the very limited bit of tools I have on this setup. Gotta remember though, this is not my service truck. This is just for going and towing stuff away, and I just need the basics of what it takes to get a truck ready to tow. So that's what I've got. I've got axle caps here. I'm missing most of them because at this point Tyler's trucks have consumed pretty much most of my axle caps, and I've left them all on their different trucks. Some extra pins for the True Hitch, hammers. Now, like I said, very minimum amount of tools, but I also have in this truck, this is loaded with all your smaller hand tools and stuff, stubby wrenches, different sockets, bigger wrenches. Like, this truck carries a lot of tools on its own. Just like this truck in here has multiple extra 50-foot airlines and hose clamps and air fittings and couplers and stuff, all that in here as well, ratchet straps. So I kind of just need this to have the basics. I do actually have most stuff in there. Back here we've kind of slimmed down our chain selection. I realized I don't need to carry every chain I could possibly need on this. Again, when this truck carries a whole assortment of chains and binders on the back of it all the time anyway, 3/8, 1/2-inch, short, long binders, it's got all of that up there. So this is the very specific need pretty much every time True Hitch chains. I did get them those frame hook chains. These are actually the ones out of the Zacklift, and when the new Zacklift gets back from Baltimore, I'm going to order all brand new set for it. That way it's starting off basically new stuff. So these are the ones I'd pull out of the old one. They're going to be for the ends of the legs on this hooking. This is your new tie down chains. You saw me use a more normal style of chain. Those are hanging right there if I want to use those, but these are called an Omega ring, and it basically lassos the axle or the spring, whatever, goes through the loose end. You pull it tight and it just chokes down tight on it, and then you run it back to your binders and tie it down. Now the other one of those is back here. Obviously there's two, one for each side. This is back here to hold the back of the True Hitch down. It's got these transport legs right here at those little feet, and since it's hinging in the fifth wheel, if you don't tie the back end down, you hit a bump, it bounces, those legs will spit out and this thing will collapse down onto your chassis of your truck. Not good. Now there's two binders on one chain. Someone's going to say that's dumb, you don't need to do that, but the reason there's two binders on that chain is it's just an easy place to store the second binder, since this thing is so limited on storage space. And these are the ones specifically for the True Hitch, so I don't want them up on the headache rack of the truck stored with everything else, because they need to be with the True Hitch. They have a slip hook on one end and a grab hook on the other, and I do actually have some new ones coming that have a folding handle and this same hook configuration, so that when they're down low on the ground on those legs, you can fold the handle up and not smash it like I did to this one. Didn't bend though. Well, maybe a little. It's fine. But yeah, so the other front axle tie down chain, there's one in there, and one is used to tie the back end down, both binders, just because it's a good place to put both binders. And then up here I also have those slip to grab adapters, and then here are the True Hitch frame clamps that you'll see me use one day, I'm sure, for when things get a little trickier. Just your clasp bungees hanging here. Again, it's a good out of the way place to keep them. Air couplers on the lines right here. This one has a pressure regulator on it, because if the truck supplying the air puts out more pressure than the governor and pop-off valve of the truck you're towing, it will open that valve and just keep dumping all your air out, so that you can pressure regulate it down right here to what you want. The light bar controller is plugged into the back of the True Hitch. I do have it all hooked up now, since the last truck I towed needed air. So I plugged all the air and electric lines in. Hydraulic lines up here, and then those basically pass right through. The electric comes out here, same 7-way plug, and I just have the light bar controller plugged into it. You can plug in a normal 7-way line if you want, and the air lines come back here, supply, service. Nothing really changed here. This is the remote control solenoid control box. This is all your power on, power off, all that stuff. This box has my driveline bag with all your stuff in it you need for pulling drive lines. Hand cleaner back there. The light bar is here. Your service airline, your supply airline. I got red and blue just so that it's not confusing when you're running lines back to a truck. What's what? A bunch of zip ties and stuff tucked back there. Under the light bar is also the brake buddy for running brakes off the brake pedal of the truck if you want to do it like that, the one you're towing. And then big indexing pry bar lays down here. I think there's another pry bar stuck back in there too. Those things are really handy. I have like 4 of them. Then I hate this hydraulic line mess right here, but it's what we got for now. Then up here, you saw me crush the blocks when I towed that log truck. And I haven't posted that video yet, so I don't know what the comments are, but I'm sure there are comments saying I need to get better blocks and what type and all this stuff. And in that video, I know I said I have better blocks at home, and this right here is a lesson. And I may or may not be speaking to someone that I'm married to who thinks I have way too much junk laying around here, but this is a lesson in why you don't throw stuff away. These right here, these whatever super high density plastic Teflon, I don't know what they are, but blocks. You see we got 2x6 versions, we've got 4x6 versions. Notice that little tag on there, tag on there, tag on there. That says something. These are the actual True Hitch blocks. They are that super dense, like I said, wherever they are, they do not crush. Actually, I can show you on this one. See that dent right there in this one? This was from towing a truck that had 20,000 pounds on the front axle of weight shoving down on the True Hitch with this block in there. And I had another block sitting kind of weird sideways because it was a 6x6 truck and needed to clear some U-bolts, and that little thin one is what crushed into that. So they held up to that. They're going to hold up to anything. But these are the blocks that these ones here and these ones here. I have short ones, normal long ones. I have these thin ones for getting between U-bolts. These are the blocks that came with this True Hitch when I bought it. When I bought it out of the military auction and opened up the toolboxes that were on it, these were the blocks that were in the toolboxes of this exact True Hitch 7 freaking years ago. And when I sold this one, the guy who bought it said he had tons of blocks and stuff. He didn't need them, so I kept them. And then I had another identical set of these on my True Hitch at it, because I said I bought 2 of these twins. The one I kept and ran, I had an identical set of blocks. And when I sold that one, those blocks went with that one to Texas. And I kept these blocks laying around my yard in California. they moved up here to Oregon with us. They have been sitting out behind my shop for all the years we've been up here. So for 7 years, I've had this set of blocks with no need for them. And then I bought back eventually the specific True Hitch that these came with. And that is why I never throw things away. But I've got other blocks. These are the ones for when you lift up and set in the front axle of the truck on to get more clearance to get underneath. These ones were in it when I bought it back. They're like a foam, but they're incredibly hard. I don't know what they are, but they'll be useful at some point, I'm sure. Wheel chocks are in here. We've got these just as little extra shim spacers. Maybe need to put on these to get that little bit of extra height. Sometimes an extra 2 inches is all you need, even if what you're calling 2 inches is really 1.5 inches. Back here, we've got rubber. On a log truck you saw, I just ran the chain up and over the whole frame and down the other side. Well, if it's a truck with a nicely painted frame, you can put that on the corner of the frame to run your chain across and not scratch it up. So I've got rubber pads there. Rubber pads on top of these sometimes work very good. Some of you did notice this, the big military kingpin. It's got the normal civilian size kingpin here, and I really should move this up to this hole. You can move the kingpin. This would help just get the fifth wheel farther forward on this truck right here. But yes, it does come with the big military kingpin. You undo this big nut and swap them out. And that means we might just need to get a truck that uses that someday soon. But down here, we have these blocks. The guy who I sold this True Hitch to made these blocks and bolted all together out of pieces of wood. So you could put in front of the truck that you need to tow and it's too low. And then you can winch it up onto the blocks. It's got these little stops right here, but they don't stop much because you can just push them off. It's probably because it's old rotted wood. But the problem is I don't have room in here to store those, so I'd probably have to lay them across the frame and strap them down to take those with me. They would be really handy though, because like I said, the True Hitch, actually you can see the chains for it up there, has a 10,000 pound winch in it for winching the truck up into you or winching it up onto ramps like this or up onto blocks so you could get under it. So I kind of want, I think there's some nice aluminum ones out there that would probably be better, or build a new set of these and a place to store them on the True Hitch. Problem is I don't have room in there, and you got to remember stuff like this and those and that all moves and slides, so you got to keep clearance from that stuff. You can't mount them on top of the boxes because these slide back. It would kind of be put them on the chassis up there and strap them down, I think is the best case. Everything back here moves and folds and does all kinds of stuff, so you can't put them anywhere back here. This side has this box already, and this side has all your controls. So either find a little more compact version of that or make something a little different. I could build a rack off the front of that right here that I could stack those or wood blocks in front right here. The True Hitch has an optional winch that goes right here. It's a 45,000 pound winch, and then this right here is the mast that stands straight upright, and then a big sheave wheel goes up there, and then these basically become giant spades that you can anchor into the ground and do recoveries with a 45,000 pound winch, and you have your mast way up there pulling from up high. It's a pretty cool freaking setup how it does it. And then these are your spades. You can use a snatch block off the end of the legs and drag this thing to point it at what you need to pull out, and then dig in so you can pull off at an angle. Like I said, the True Hitch, its biggest limitation is your creativity and willingness to work for it, but it can do a lot if you have both of those things. So for now, the True Hitch is somewhat set up. Like I would be comfortable firing the truck up right now and taking off exactly as it is, and knowing I should be able to do most jobs I'm going to run across. I'm sure I'm missing something, and I'll figure it out as I go and add to it. But for now, this is our setup. One of the other big questions people had is how do you detach this from the truck? There were a lot of theories, a lot of guesses of crazy having to lift it off with a crane or stands that go in and all kinds of other stuff. It is, every single one of you is overthinking it, and nobody, oh, I need the remote for that. Nobody got it yet, so I need to unhook this and I will show you how we do it. Okay, we're gonna get this thing unhooked, and the really big clue on how we do that is that I turn the PTO on. So we're gonna loosen this binder. Just gonna hang it here for now. Same with this one. This is just going to go up here. And we'll pull our pins that I'm not so certain I'm going to keep using. There's a reason I stopped using them as safeties years ago. I think we might go back to that. All right, so we've got our remote. We're going to get this thing unfolded. A little too far. Now we're gonna bring it down. Lay our legs out, or boom. Mast, boom. Legs are inside the boom. That's the correct. I keep calling this the legs and that the mast, but the way it's written on the remote, it's probably best to call that the boom because that's what it says here. Get these down, drop it to the ground. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to tilt it up to get those legs out of there, or those little stands. And then we're going to set it back down. Now I'm going to move to this side just because the sun's pointing in the lens on that side. Now we run these out as counterweight. I have unhooked it without those out, and it stayed where I put it, but just in case they say to do it, so we do it. So now we can balance kind of the way do I want to go? There we go. Right there. See, we just took all the weight off the fifth wheel. Now, just like any other trailer, we pull the fifth wheel, we disconnect the lines and hydraulics so that I go shut the truck PTO off to do, and then we drive out from under it. It's that simple. And that's how you unhook a True Hitch. It's way simpler. You simply just lay it out like you're going to tow and then drive out from under it. Okay, now we are done, other than cleaning up the big mess of tools and parts I made over there. But we had to get the old car hooked to the truck because we were taking this to the shop and dropping it off in the morning to get a couple airbags replaced. This front axle, the back ones are fine. The front bags are kind of dried out and cracked, so I want to get those replaced before it becomes a problem. And yeah, yes, I know you're supposed to run them until a bag blows and then put a pair of vice grips on the line and then go finish out the week like a real trucker, but I'm not a real trucker. I'm a fake ass YouTuber, so I prefer to just, you know, fix the problems before they happen. It's weird, I know, but that's what I prefer to do. So we're gonna take this up in the morning, get it dropped off, and then I got a whole bunch of other stuff I got to do. Yes, I am capable of changing airbags myself, but it is, with as much as going on right now, it is cheaper for me to pay a shop to do it than to spend the time doing it myself. So that's what we're doing. But aside from that, I gotta say a huge thank you to Cornelius Edison for stepping up with that whole challenge in the first place and raising a whole bunch of money for Every Kid Sports, and then for inviting me down to help finish it out with him, even though he swindled me on the math a little bit there. But I went move for move with a professional athlete, so basically that means I am one too. But seriously, Cornelius and his wife Hannah got some plans coming up for some youth sports activities in this area, and I am very much looking forward to helping out and supporting with those in any way I can when that time comes. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and thank you for being the ones who make it so I can support stuff like that and help out with these super cool projects. I really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Oh, and real quick, by the way, I did not give the Genesis remote back yet. I know where that thing is going next, and if that guy wants his remote so bad, he can come on up here himself and we'll arm wrestle for it.